some people aren't made for marriage, and I believe that he's one of those people.
Two people who got together very young, you're talking like 19, 20, you're trying to navigate growing up as an individual, growing up in a relationship, growing up as a mom, growing up as all of the things considered, it just became too much. I feel like we were ahead of our time in ways that our peers couldn't even fathom. Like, we traveled every day. We truly had like a dope ass marriage. It just got to the point where it just got to the point where I felt like the arguments became more frequent than the good days. It got to the point where I felt like it was getting toxic for the kids, where certain shit kids just shouldn't experience. We got back from Paris. I was over it. I think literally.
We got back from Dubai and I was over it.
I was back very quick, okay?
But yeah, it's just we grew apart. Some people just want different things in life, but we built an amazing life together. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We had the big houses, we had Teslas, and we just grew together, got multiple degrees together and everything. But it's just we did one of those.
Let me ask a couple to have a successful home together, right? Mm-hmm. The trips, the cars, the success of it all, the comfort, right? Mm-hmm. Never is that okay just for you to stay. Right?
So what makes it not enough?
It's not enough when you bargaining love and happiness for that.
When you are struggling emotionally. A whole lot to a lot of people why I got divorced, because again, I don't live a very open social media life. What you see is what you get, and it gets conflicting to people because they're like, bitch, you have
it's so beautiful.
So what makes it not enough?
It's not enough when I am telling you that my future, the values we shared, that we had in common, now are fading away. Right? Mine are standing still, and you feel comfortable and complacent where you are right now. It's not okay for that. It's not okay when you're not happy, and it's any form of abuse. Right? Verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, get up out of there. All of those different things, because behind the scenes, we glorify these beautiful relationships.
I'm not.
All I'm trying to say is no matter what the glitz and glam of the relationship is, and how well you guys and how successful you guys work together, and what the life looks like, and none of that matters if you're not happy, if both parties aren't happy, right? And I'm not saying completely leave your marriage. I'm not really justifying that. I'm saying that definitely work on things that are, that can be worked on. What? And if they cannot, get up out of there.
Missy, there was plenty things that I felt like I could have done differently to make marriage make sense. When I say bitch will quickly be like, I'm done, pack a bag and leave. That insecurity and that seed that you plant in a man when you are constantly having one foot in, one foot out, making somebody feel like it's accessible today, inaccessible tomorrow, that seed of doubt literally creates so much turmoil that it's not even worth it. Like, you either got to be settled in your decision that we doing this shit forever, or walk away, because that in itself created so much instability that it wasn't even funny. But
and you spend the whole relationship chasing that original high of happiness.
And you know why you do that? Because of the history, right? You do that because of the history and the years that you've had with this person. You don't want to let go. I personally grew up with my ex-husband. We struggled together with a trauma bond. But once I was like, oh, I'm getting out of this, and I want more, and I want more, so that we never allow our future kids and our grandchildren to go through this, and he wasn't on board, I gotta get up out of there.
See, I feel like I heard it from our premarital counselor the best. He said that you get into marriage, and you are always chasing the high of what it was at the beginning. Like it's the roller coaster, whatever it was, that build up that gets you to that top.
That's what I said.
Shit plateaus at a point. At some point you get settled, and it's not going to be that high all the time. You always chasing this feeling. Let me tell you what it was with my marriage. My marriage was, we never had time to sit and really get to know each other. We were always on the go. So at the beginning of our relationship, it was me in school getting my master's. Well, I was getting my bachelor's first, got that. Then I started going to school to get my master's. He was going to school to get his bachelor's. We're both getting promotion after promotion. So we're always celebrating, always traveling. So then by the time once we bought a house and settled down and sat in a house together, we were like, I don't fucking know you.
I don't even like you. I don't even like your bald head.
Yeah, I don't know you, and I don't like what you're doing in here. So then once we got to really sitting around each other, it's like, damn, we really got to get to know each other. Okay, let's start. But then it's like, we done already had kids, we married and everything, and now we just starting to get to know each other. Like, that's weird. But that's how it happened for us. Yeah.
And yes, we all are in therapy individually. That is an awesome question.
That's Chicago.
That beat you up.
But yes, we all are in therapy. We're all taking our time, going through the motions of what dating looks like these days.
Absolutely.
Yes, your man needs to be your friend. You need to be best friends. And that's why you continuously want to do the work for each other. I completely agree with that statement. I love that, Bernie. So, I knew it was over when I was like, hey, let's, start to get ready to buy this house. Let's start investing. And he was like, why you want to do that? And it's something about Chicago. I don't know about how many people from Chicago is on the chat today, but that when you have those four corners to look at and you haven't seen any of your family members exceed the expectations or just go outside of the box, it's really hard for you to drag and pull people up out of that mindset. So that is really what it was for me. I had a second life here in Minnesota. My dad is from the west side of Chicago, but he lived in Minnesota, and I came up here to live with him. So I was able to see success, and I was able to see Black excellence, and business owners and education be prioritized on this side of my family. So I was able to prioritize that, and I was able to get out of that limited mindset my mother's side of the family gave me. And to this day, I stand out. I'm probably the black sheep. I don't give a fuck. I am who I am. I am who I am, and that's just what it is. So it was hard to just get him outside of that mindset.
I knew it was over for me when I no longer have respect for my ex. I know that when I looked at him, I didn't value him. And I wasn't attracted anymore either. And this was somebody I worshiped the ground that man walked on, loved him down. But when I looked at him, I no longer recognized him, and I didn't respect who was standing in front of me. So that's when I knew.
I continuously tried to paint this picture of how beautiful our life could be. And hey, it's beautiful as hell right now. Just me and my daughter, though. It's everything I said I was going to do with my child in my lifetime. I've done it. And I'm looking at where he is now, and he's still where I left him. If you'd have just continued. A lot of men can't see the vision because they have this mindset of, I'm the man and I wear the pants. And it's like, no, that's what makes us a team. The vision comes together with the both of us.
Yeah,
right?
Where you lack, I pick up.
Where you lack, I pick up. And that's and vice versa. Like, he wasn't able to see that my dreams and my goals were much bigger and broader.